Hi, I'm Stacia from the Texas Quilt Barn, and I'm super excited that you've chosen to sew along with me as we make the beautiful Tula Pink Butterfly Quilt. I would say that the key to success in making this quilt is definitely going to be organization. So once you bought your pattern and you bought your fabric kit, you're going to want to go ahead and open up your pattern book, really, and you're going to want to read through that. You're going to want to make sure that you're completely familiar, like you would with any other pattern that you've bought in the past, with the general directions in the book and what the expectations are as you're getting ready to prepare to make this quilt. Now, first thing I would do, if it was me, because the first thing we want to do as quilters is get our fingers on the fabric. So the first thing I would suggest is go to page 29 in your book and start with a Sharpie and start at the top row and label your fabrics. A, B, C, D. You're going to go A through F all the way down to the very last row. The last letter is going to be J, J. I actually got to Z on the second to last row, and then I had to start A, B, B, C, C. So go ahead and label them A through J, J. That's going to make a difference, because then what you're going to do is you're going to get your fabrics out. Let me grab mine. You're going to get your fabrics out, and this is the very first piece of fabric. It's called Moonflower. It's the very first one. It's fabric A, and I got a label maker, and I made myself a label, and it says A Moonflower, and you're going to want to label your fabric. You can use sticky notes with straight pins or any kind of labeling system that works best for you, but you're going to want to put a sticker on that or some kind of label that's going to stay with you through the entire construction of the quilt. So that's going to be the next thing. So label your fabric key, then sort, and then label all your fabrics. And it's pretty easy to do that. The colors come out very easily. You'll figure out which ones are which. That is not a difficult process at all. Okay, after you've done that, then you're going to want to grab your pattern book, and you're going to want to label, like I have at the top, or in some way, some form or fashion, label the sections, because there are 9 sections to this block of the month, and each section then builds on the previous to get your entire quilt. So you're going to want to label your sections 1 through 9, and most sections they have 2 on a page, so I just kind of doubled up on my tabs. Then I went ahead and I also did labels for each of the different blocks, and there are plenty of different blocks. I even ran out of space on the side, so I had to go down to the bottom. Not a problem. You can do this too. Alrighty. Then you're going to turn to page 26 and 27 in your book, and you're going to grab some template plastic, and you are going to be tracing these templates. Now, the thing about tracing the templates is that you want to be really accurate about that, because once you cut them out, you're going to want to lay it back on top of your book and make sure that you haven't trimmed too much or left too much. Accuracy is really key on that. So grab some template plastic and start making your templates. I have mine saved in a Ziploc bag inside my fabric kit, so I know exactly where they are whenever I need them for the various blocks. So mine are just stored right inside my bag. Okay, now that you've got your pattern book labeled and your blocks sorted and labeled and your fabric sorted and labeled and your templates traced and labeled, we're ready to start with month 1 as we jump in to start making each section. There are 9 sections to this quilt, and we will do it twice, and we'll do it in mirror image. So that'll be kind of cool. I'll show you how that'll work as well. But what you can expect every month from me is this really cool guide that I've made for you. And it will have the specific fabrics that you need with some notes and also some tips. And then we'll sew some blocks together. Some blocks that you might find might be challenging, that in the end turn out not to be so bad after all. So I think you'll really enjoy it, and I think it'll be fun, and it'll only take us 9 months to construct this entire beautiful quilt. And this is kind of a casual sew along with me, because you jump in and sew when you're ready. If you start in February, then great. But if you don't join and you don't start with us until March or April, even August, that's okay too. The videos will always be here, and it's kind of a sew at your own pace. There's no pressure to feel like you have to complete it in a certain amount of time. In any case, I just want you to have fun. And anytime you have a question, if you'll just post it in the comments below, I'll respond. And then anyone else who makes the quilt as well can also respond. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think we'll enjoy it. And I really look forward to sewing with you as you sew with me at Texas Quilt Barn on the Tula Pink Butterfly Quilt.